Greetings, entities and guardians. My name is HyperHimes, and welcome back
Where
to
there is
Future
doubt,
Kingdom,
there
where
is
we're going to
temptation.
go back into the Beast-Yeast storyline with the Hope for Freedom story, considering that there's a lot more that we're going to delve into, and I'm very excited just because, you know, the story is getting pretty intense, considering that we're having to deal with our past memories, Pastry Cookies dealing with the past mistakes, White Lily Cookies dealing with the past mistakes, and it's not going to turn out well. I also like how the signia for this is the giant scale, which it kind of makes sense that you think about it, because you got to find a balance in life from the things that you've done in the past and the things that you do now. I like that. Anywho, let's move on to 1211, and of course, before I say that, it's so weird how this is all liquidy, but also ghosts. I understand it's reflections, but like still. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going to be reading comments for the video over here, which should be... Oh, nope, that's my link. Bringing back the Harvest Tile match event in the new update. And if you want to leave your question and comments down in the comment section below, feel free to do so, because it could be a random question, a random comment, a random fact, something about me, something entirely different. Doesn't even matter, because as long as we're having a fun time at the end of the day, and we appreciate being around each other from community to creator and creator to community, and that's what matters the most. Which, the first comment I actually do see comes from Ruby Cupcake, saying, this might sound silly, but can you say, it's too late, Dark Enchantress Cookie? I'm forklift certified. Ha 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 ha. You know what? I hope you appreciated that. Because it's probably the best thing that I could give you right now. And I know, it's not a maniacal laugh you were probably hoping for, but because of my back, I can't do my crazy cackle anymore. I used to do a way bigger maniacal laugh. But the moment that I try and go and do that, I just run out of breath so much. It's sad. But that's how I live now. Anyways, that's the best you're probably gonna get. But anyway, let's continue to get traumatized.
A life stained with mistakes, you say?
I told ye that me family has been looking after the catacombs for generations. That is true. But there's also something I didn't mention.
Traitor, you tarnish the memory of those to whom ye owe your pathetic life.
Aye, that is what I did. I once left the land of silence, trying to flee from me duty. I know. 'Twasn't some great faith or creed, but that is when I shattered me beliefs by me own hand. I was young and alive. I couldn't spend me entire life among the crumbled.
But you returned.
Aye, because me beliefs were shattered once more. I thought myself free and wanted nothing more. But as I roamed Beast-Yeast, I realized something. Here, where no living cookie dares set foot, be the final resting place for the spirits. And I missed it dearly.
Charcoal cookie.
Time and experience, they can change what we once thought to be the absolute truth. The Knights of Kalanamek I know would never throw their own into these cruel trials, simply to punish them for their past mistakes.
Thank you for telling me this. If this truly is the second trial, we must find a way to pass it.
I mean, at the very least, we did see a little snippet of Charcoal's, like, past self going like, you basically abandoned all of us, and he was just like, yeah, I did. And guess what? I'm just gonna live with it, because he has, despite all the souls he's controlling, he's got a brave soul. Oh, stupid knight.
You measured the cookies' desire for freedom and their anger towards their fate. Your conclusion was to destroy this world. For that, you deserve punishment. Just like you trespassed in the forbidden section of the library, you blatantly violated the sacred laws of our world. History always repeats itself, and tragedy is born from unresolved mistakes.
My dough keeps crumbling away, born to be eaten. I climbed the cake tower to escape from that gruesome fate. But in the end, I was no different from all those other cookies at the banquet. Instead of saving Cookie Kind, I started a war that took away countless lives. And despite knowing the horrors I caused, I still wish to learn what I am plotting. Nothing has changed. I am no different from the past me who opened that portal. back when I was whole.
That's not true.
Okay, is White Lily Cookie hearing this voice? Because I feel like she
We
is.
must
Actually,
tend
wait.
to our wounds.
Didn't we find out she was? Because wasn't there like a past memory that got brought up in like the first? No, it's because when that memory first happened, when White Lily first heard that voice, what happened was it transcended into a scene where we saw all the ancient cookies beforehand, where they were trying to take down a whole surplus of like cake monsters, and they awarded like White Lily Cookie because of her guidance. So I'm assuming in the next thing we're gonna get like some like 12 is probably gonna be like a cutscene where like, oh, all the ancients like, oh, we're banding up together and White Lily's gonna provide some guidance or something. And then 12-13 is when we actually leave and like just pass the trial, and then we move on to the last bits of the trial, which I guess this last bit of the trial is going through the scales. Oh boy. Alright, so that was pretty lengthy, but quickly, there's a few comments I can read, like one from Gamer Assume saying, this isn't really related to the video, but hey, just felt like asking, have you already made an overview video for the Brave trio, being Ginger Brave, Wizard, and Strawberry? If not, it would be epic if you did. Not forcing, of course, just saying that it would be a cool video idea since Ginger Brave appeared at the end of the last Beast-Yeast episode and didn't appear in the new episode yet other than a flashback. That's true, yeah, he did appear in a flashback, but I'm just saying, here's the thing. As much as I would, is anyone even using, like, unless if you're doing, like, a challenge run, is anyone even using, like, Ginger Brave and, like, the common cookies anymore? Because, as far as I know, I don't think anyone's using anything below, maybe rare, like, maybe 1 or 2 rares, but, like, no one's using anything, like, below epics, I would say. Also, James the First says, Moonrabbit is still giving me gambling trauma. I'm real sorry to hear about that. And Coffee Jelly says, question of the day, I collect snow globes. I have 9 at the moment. New Orleans, Atlanta, a Christmas one, a Coca-Cola one, an Aruba one, a Minnesota one, a Detroit one, a Montreal one, and a Los Angeles one. I think snow globe collecting is like a niche thing that I don't hear many people like do or even talk about, but once you know, get their stories told behind it, it's actually pretty nice because it means like you usually gone to that place, you like traveled to that place. Each snow globe has a story.
White Lily Cookie.
I've unleashed the spirits from beyond the portal. And the teachers who tried to close it, it's all my fault. I've ruined everything.
Do you remember when we decided to skip a grade? Back then, I told you I wanted to study together. Both of us, we were so curious about magic.
Your natural kindness didn't let you see the true me. Now you know. Our goals were fundamentally different.
That's not true. Do you remember? When we first started school, a baby bird fell from its nest after a storm. Everyone could only watch in sadness, including myself. It was too late for spells, but you stayed with the baby bird until the very end, pondering ways to protect such a fragile life with magic from nature's cruelty. Despite everything our teachers said, that magic was not a panacea. Ever since, you've always questioned the impossible, and somehow made it possible in the end.
Pure vanilla cookie.
White Lily Cookie, some things cannot be undone. Just like our teachers, just like that baby bird. Instead, you must face your mistakes head on. Find an answer that will help you move forward, even if just a little, just like you've always done.
I feel like at the end of like the entire like Dark Enchantress saga, where like everything kind of like wraps up in regards to her, I feel like there's gonna be some mystical scene that involves both Pure Vanilla and White Lily. That like White Lily may see herself slipping again, but then Pure Vanilla saves her, and then through some magical moment, like we watch them kiss, and then that's how Dark Enchantress gets defeated. I'm predicting that's gonna happen.
Shameless until the end, White Lily Cookie.
I must find the answer. Charcoal cookie. Pastry cookie. I know words cannot erase what I've done. Ever since I opened the dimensional portal, I faced the consequences of my actions head on. I came here for a solution. For a chance, however slim, to undo the evil I've caused. I have no time to repent.
White Lily Cookie, you alright?
Why did we just jump in the air there for a moment? What just happened? Also, for
I
some
see
reason,
everyone is safe.
it was just stuck on that white screen for a moment until I clicked. I didn't know if I had to, like, do nothing about it, or, like, I just had to wait, but, like, I guess that trial is finished because it just had something to do with, like, okay, yeah, White Lily, you're curious, but the thing is, since you're curious, you can learn from the mistakes that you've done and then just make a better future. That's kind of the main process with curiosity. If you're curious about something, if it goes right, if it goes wrong, then that's how you still learn. Even if you do it correctly, then you can use that to give yourself a better future, and if you do it wrong, then you can use that to give you a better future as well. I swear, it's always it's like finding about, like, a double negative or something. Anyway, Truth to the Clues also said, question of the day, hear me out, alright? Since I'm like 5 years old, I started collecting these, I started collecting rocks. Every time we went on a journey, I found myself collecting, like, a specifically pretty rock and take it home. I know, I still do have all of them, safely in a jar, and yes, I could tell you where each one is from. Is that weird? It is not weird, because that means every rock has a core memory that you brought along with it, and honestly, that's actually, like, the sweetest thing I could ever, like, experience. You know, not only is it just a material item, but it holds a core memory that you brought with you. Like, seriously. Oh, another comment comes from Sonic Gamer saying, common question, I was thinking of collecting Ghostface masks after getting the Scream franchise, getting into it. I just need to wait until I have the budget to do so. My friend actually has a Scream mask where it's basically like the Ghostface mask, but the thing is, like, he presses a button, like, blood comes down from it, and, like, just, like, loops around it. Like, it is actually a really cool mask. And lastly, before I jump into level, Arian Funhouse says, Tile Match is back, but it because more than hell this time. And one note, if you lose one game after completing the 3 stages once or twice, you have to start over. Well, I guess at the very least, you get, like, those timer buffs, but then again, I don't even think I used a single one of them once. So that's my luck when knowing how to play that game. Let's just stomp through these idiots real quick. Do that, and, we just spam everything.
Doubt will consume you.
I guess that also works. And we do the balloon.
This is my penitence!
The water be receding.
The exit must be in the direction the water flows.
White Lily Cookie, your dough.
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
The next trial better be the last one.
Pastry Cookie, aren't you going to ask your questions?
First we need to find a way out. Questioning you can wait until we're safe.
Thank you.
Do not misunderstand. I merely set my priorities straight. I have not abandoned my duties as a cookie of the Order.
Of course. I understand. The final trial is about to begin.
The final trial? Huh. I see.
What do the spirits tell you?
I wish they warned us sooner.
Do not expect to understand beings from yonder. The final trial shall be simple.
Easily skipped over that. If you're wondering what he was saying right there, it was just the spirits that have the first 2 trials are meant to... Oh, the view of solidarity. That makes sense.
The master of the trial will test if our strength be great enough to fight injustice.
I don't know why, like, suddenly, like, brazenly skipped over that. I thought it just, like, made sense, because I was like, oh, okay, that's easy.
Victory.
Because I think my mind was just like, I just want to get through the trials ASAP. Like, I don't want to have to go through any more torment. But I think we should have, we can probably get to 12-14 and 12-15 being the last gate. And then after that, the next time that we play through this, we'll be able to fight the one, the only Salt Cellar cookie. So, I don't know how this first trial is gonna, well, I guess third. I don't know how this trial is gonna, oh, I hate these floorings. We're walking on gates. I could trip on these anytime and I would hate it. Oh, great. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this done. One more trial to go through. And get the pleb out of my way. I don't need all these enemies. Yeah, why don't you fall down the pits? Why can't... If I can, why can't y'all too? There's even ghosts under there. Maybe y'all can just chillax with all of them. Take this, you pumpkin things. I don't know. What's the term? Country pump? I don't know. I heard it before, and I don't even know if it's, like, appropriate to say or not. But I'm saying it just in case of a risk. Even if it bans my channel. Great. I'm gonna have to start working minimum wage at some job. Anyway, before we get into the last level, Sophie Clay says, question of the day, collect lip balm. I know some people collect makeup. It's actually not a niche thing. There's a lot of people who do it, and honestly, I guess it depends on the brand, but sometimes that can get pretty expensive, so like the other person said, be sure that you have the budget. Alice does many things. As question of the day, while I collect mechanical pencils and shells, you must have a lot of them, because there's definitely no end to the amount of mechanical pencils that exist out there. Gamer Assume says, question of the day, not really, I just collect Pokemon cards. Hey, sometimes I do too, but they get expensive, trust me. But that was like a long while ago. And also, Alan Parker says, question of the day, yes, I actually managed to collect Amiibo and Pokemon cards. Another avid Pokemon card collector.
What a vast haul!
You said it would be a test of our strength, correct? This hall must have witnessed countless battles. The floor is riddled with holes, and the walls bear scars from many blades.
Where did that knight come from?
Such rapid movements.
Those standing before the final trial, led by the call of solidarity. Heed my word. Solidarity means much more than simple cooperation. It is about understanding and acting from another's perspective.
In the first trial, I had to look through the eyes of my companions and find a way through the traps.
Solidarity is not about sharing blame. It is about acceptance and going beyond past mistakes.
That's what happened during the second trial.
These trials were meant to prove if we are worthy to join the Kalinamic Knights.
This is your final trial. Demonstrate to me, Salt Cellar Cookie, what you have learned. Show me that you can prevail over power and deception.
This must be the master of the trials herself.
She hasn't abandoned her mission even after becoming a spirit.
But of all the spirits, why is she the first one whom we can understand?
Master of the trials.
Charcoal Cookie.
We be not here to prove our worth. Please, help us find the way out.
Denied. Let the trial commence.
I'm sure the fact she was just like, alright, can you like help us find a way out? No. Now start. Just at this point she may as well just say like death. Like I don't know why that made me laugh so much. It should not have. I'm just being honest. Get these banners out of here. Go. Stupid knight!
Yeah! She retaliated right after dodging my shot.
I'll stop her. Bloom! She's too fast. I can barely follow her movements.
She attacked without any warning.
White Lily Cookie, Pastry Cookie, do ye see that door behind the knight?
It seems her goal is to keep us from reaching it.
Judging by the other trials, if we reach the door, we're safe.
Perhaps the trick here is to avoid the obvious, fighting head-on, and step outside the door. A Dolus spirit. Time is not on our side here.
That was too close. One strike and we're crumbs.
White Lily Cookie, tell us what to do. I get a feeling that we ain't escaping easily, unless we work together.
It's weird that you say that, but didn't before, unless if it's like meant to lead you
Have I
astray.
kept my friends
But like
safe?
Salsa was just like, you know, when it comes to solidarity, it's not just about companionship, it's about understanding stuff from another's perspective. Which, I mean, technically, if you are right in your theory, you could say that that was actually happening, because if you're thinking of it from the perspective of the trial, then what you have to do is, you don't even need to fight here, you just need to reach the other side. So, maybe best bet is like Pastry and Charcoal causes like a distraction with the help of like spirits and, you know, Crossbow with the range, and then White Lily can like use the vines to cause a separation between her and Salt Cellar while she reaches the gate. I don't know, but we're gonna have to find that out in the next video, because like I usually like to keep these around like 20 minutes or more. But yeah. Anyways, before I end the video, just one more comment I'll read, or actually two more. Oh, 3. What am I doing? More Shadow Activity says, question of the day, dreams. If I'm able to recall them, I will draw key moments and then write down words and sentences. I also want to write the dates, but I don't remember when I dreamt those dreams. So do you have like a dream journal? That is cool. Whoever has a dream journal, you actually have like a lot of my respect, because then you can just mark down a lot of the crazy stuff that you had happen to you. Because most of the times, I can't even remember my dreams, but the ones I do remember are just insanity. I had a really weird one recently, and like, it's so weird for me to describe it, but like, I'll talk about that at some other point, maybe, probably not. Anyway, Amanda Vivi says, the Harvest Tile match game is too stressing. Yeah, that's how everyone felt. And My Name is Person says, question of the day, I collect little resin animals. Oh, that was sweet. And you also panicked saying that you were mentioned. Well, I'm glad that you're mentioned again. My name is Person. A great person. Anyways, with that being said, if you enjoyed the video, then please be sure to leave a like on it, and also share the video with your friend if you enjoy my Kick Your Run content, and if you enjoy my content in general, then why not subscribe, and also hit the bell icon to be notified of whatever I do in the future, and down below in the description, you'll see links to all my social media, which includes a Twitter post where if it gets 10,000 likes, I get the Kick Your Run YouTube stuff for absolutely free. There's also a link to my merch store, the Pleb Market, and also a link to my memberships, where for just $1 a month, you can see exclusive content you wouldn't normally see on the normal YouTube channel. But above all else, I'll see you entities and guardians in the next video. Hail the Hypenese. I wanted to give a very huge shout out at the end of this video to the members who are deciding to support the channel and the stuff that I do, being Jojo Sins, Blobby Eduardo, Casual Gaming 22, and Mask Boy. You are all supporting me, and I greatly appreciate it. Like, thank you all so much.